Now for the top story, let's bring in the Republican presidential candidate. Donald Trump joins us now from Bangor, Maine. So I'm looking for specifics tonight, Mr. Trump. Do you have any for us?
Well, I do have them, and I hate to give them out because, frankly, if I win it, it looks like I have a pretty good chance of winning. I don't like to be giving out all this information. I'd like to just go and do the job. If you look at General Patton, he wasn't one to give out information on television and then do whatever he has to do.
Yeah, but I mean,
hate to give it out, but we're going to have to. I know that, but I've given out plenty. Believe me, I've given out. I was the one that said take the oil, and I hated to tell everybody. And we should have taken the oil when we left, and we didn't do it. And who has the oil now? ISIS has the oil,
yeah, but
and
the
Iran is going to have the oil from Iraq.
Taking the oil is not going to stop people from blowing up airports and killing people in nightclubs. And so what I'm trying to get at here is, look, I just laid out a very specific plan. All right. But it's a plan that doesn't have, well, we're going to invade here and we're going to have this many troops here. We're not that. But just a plan that you mobilize the most powerful alliance on the face of the earth. OK, they commit, all right, to killing savages. That's a plan.
100%.
All right.
Yeah,
President
100%.
Obama doesn't have a plan.
No problem. I mean, I have to
would
do.
You
He has
do
no
that?
plan whatsoever.
Would you go to Brussels and get NATO? Would you do it?
Okay. So, Bill, if you remember 4 months ago, I said that NATO is obsolete because they don't cover terrorism, and everybody smiled and they all had a good time. And they were saying, well, what does he know? What does he know? But I said NATO's obsolete. I also said the countries of NATO aren't paying us what they should be paying us. They're not even living up to their agreement. Okay. So about 3 or 4 days after I said it, people that study NATO said, you know what? Trump is right. Then about 2 weeks ago on the front page of the Wall Street Journal, I read where NATO is setting up a whole terrorism organization. And I said it's obsolete because it doesn't cover terrorism properly. And they all said I was right. Now they're setting up an organization headed by one of the top people, and they have a terrorism organization. Okay. Does anybody say that was a good move or that was good thought? No, but that's okay. NATO ought to go in there and wipe them out. And I think also Turkey, Turkey has been deceived by ISIS. And assuming this was ISIS that did the attack yesterday, Turkey has been totally deceived. Turkey is a very strong army. I have a feeling that Turkey will be unleashing a very strong force
they're 50
to go
miles
after
away.
ISIS because of what happened.
They're 50 miles away.
They're very close. Yeah,
they could get to Raqqa. They could get to Raqqa in 2 hours with a mechanized unit. But it's Muslims fighting Muslims, and they don't want to do that because Turkey has its own problem.
I think they're going to do it. I think now they're going to do it. I think with the proper leadership in our country, Turkey would do it, and Turkey should do it. They have a massive military. They could do it,
but
and they
have
could
to
do
back
it
them up
as effectively as anybody.
Yeah, Turkey's a member of NATO, okay? So, and they have big Air Force bases
if we
there.
Have to back
we back them up with air power.
Yeah.
They bring them in, and they do it. But you know what?
Bill, all of a sudden, Turkey's getting hit. I mean, Turkey's getting hit, and they're getting hit hard.
But you have to pound this drum.
Turkey...
You see, you have to go out there and you have to pound it. Look, let me just contrast it.
I think I found it pretty good, actually.
There was a press conference today with the President of the United States, the President of Mexico, and the Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau. You know what they led with? You know what they led with? Protection for gays. No. Protection for gays. That was the lead. All right? You know what was second? Global warming. Big alliance on global warming. Yeah. Nothing wrong with protecting gays. Nothing wrong with global warming. But that's the lead less than 24 hours after ISIS blows up another airport. That's what's on their minds. Yeah. You can separate yourself if you become a terror warrior. And I mean a real terror warrior.
Well, I think I have, though, Bill. I think you just have to look at the polls. Look at what's happening. In terms of terrorism, I'm leading in the polls. In terms of military, I'm doing very well in the polls. And a lot of people don't understand. I do have a pretty great understanding and a common sense of what's going on. I was not one that wanted to go into Iraq. It was a huge negative. It was a huge mistake to go into Iraq. When we came out of Iraq, I was not one that wanted to go up. We came out the wrong way. We just took everybody and left. And hence the creation, essentially, of ISIS. And, ISIS was created during the Hillary Clinton regime. She's been there forever, Bill. She's been there forever. She has done nothing about ISIS, and it started with her, and frankly, nothing's happened. If anything, I think they've gotten stronger. You want to know the truth. They may do drone attacks,
haven't gotten stronger,
but I think they've gotten stronger.
They haven't gotten stronger command and control.
Look,
because they're
losing
the place,
territory.
But they are becoming
they're
now
all
a different.
Over the place.
They're becoming a different terror organization. But there is no solution to this problem unless you devastate them and show the jihad that you're not going to take it anymore. It's all psychological.
That's what has to be done. I agree. And not only that, the fact that they seem to have these victories, I don't know if you call that a victory, but it's a victory. It's perceived as a victory. You have, through the internet, they're taking our youth and the youth from other countries all over the world, and they're joining ISIS. The youth thinks it's wonderful because they see victory. You know, it's being portrayed
it's a
as
psychological
they are beating
play.
the United States.
All right, now.
And people are joining ISIS because of that.
Hillary
you have
Clinton,
to knock them hard. You got to beat the hell out of them, frankly.
Hillary Clinton's going to have to get tougher on terrorism, and she is. And
she'll never get tougher. She's not tough enough. She'll never get
she's
tougher.
She's going to get tougher, at least rhetorically, on terrorism. She's going to have to, because President Obama's policy of containment has failed. Everybody in the world knows it's
I don't see it happening with her. She's not going to get tougher. It started under her. It was a little group of people. It could have been wiped out quickly and effectively then. Now it's a very large group of people, and it's only getting bigger. And if she gets in, it'll be massive, and we won't even have a country anymore. We're going to be afraid to walk outside.
All right. Now we're going to hold Mr. Trump over.
And Bill, remember one other thing. They're letting tens of thousands of people come in from Syria, and nobody knows who these people are.
All right. Well, we went through that
already. A lot of
already.
those people are ISIS.
Okay.
A lot of these people are ISIS.
I'm not convinced of that, but I think there has to be a slowdown on that and a real vetting. But I want to hold you over to, so we'll give the new polling. We have 2 new polls out in the presidential run. Then Hillary Clinton says she sympathizes with some Trump supporters. That could be an interesting discussion. Later, Charles Krauthammer and I analyze a Benghazi report from both sides, very provocative. Those reports after these messages.